Hello, welcome back to Monster Train. Shall we? What are we today, Awoken? I think we're Awoken. I haven't played since yesterday's episode. There was a storm, so I did not stream last night. And I believe we played Hellhorn Melting in the last episode. I believe. Yeah. Playing Awoken. Let's get it. I got some good news for you about Monster Train, which is that I've set like 4 videos to upload from the stream. I finally have just like I exported all of the highlights I wanted to export and I set them all to upload. So for the next few days, there'll be 2 Monster Train episodes a day. The normal Monster Train, this video 2:30 type, and then there'll be the stream highlights at 5:30. That being said, let's begin here. Seraph the Chaste, we are green, purple, we got Steel Enhancer, Ice Tornado, and Custodian. These are 3 cards. I guess 5 cards, technically. And they are all, without a doubt, cards. Let's get to it. What we got today? Oh. Oh. Sketches. In my green, purple, I mean, I really don't like this unless you're playing Umbra or Hellhorned. Like, it's just... Really, I only like this if you're Hellhorned. Because what am I going to put on a middle form? I'm going to put a bunch of Awoken Hollows? That doesn't sound fun. I'm going to take Hellpact. Hellpact is more exciting. Oh, and we get spikes. Cool. Alright, solid start. I feel like, I just kind of noticed. I feel like 2 of the 3 Awoken champions just get kind of bodied by Seraph the Chase. Not really, but just like a little bit. Now, what X cards are there that work with Hellpact for us? There's Awoken's Rail Spike is good. And like the spikes, basically, I think are it. I don't think there are any other X cards in these clans. Can I take this armor? So here's the thing. If I take this armor, I'm basically committing to taking 5. I think it should be okay. Because like this protector always goes past us. There's no way I ever kill him. I guess I'll be taking like, I'll probably be taking 9 for this trial. That's okay. Like, I'm okay with taking 9 here. And that's assuming I kill Chains, which is not a guarantee. Oh, I didn't realize that this foot soldier spawned here. I thought this was, I guess this makes sense. Okay, so it's like tank foot soldier. I don't see this combat a whole lot, so I don't know it perfectly. I think this is the one I see the least. So we're gonna get hit unless I draw into Ice Tornado. I think we'll just set ourselves up here. We should do alright. It's the old classic 50-50, right? Do I kill Chains or does Chains kill me? Now I took this trial. I should, okay. If I catch this collector, I'm accepting this 5 damage here, which is okay. And then I am banking on Ice Tornado not being bottom 2 cards, essentially. If Ice Tornado is bottom 2 cards, it's doomed, and this wave is going to do a lot of damage to me. I did not... so this is what this combat looks like, and I have not seen it before. Or I haven't like made a note of it, so it's tank, and then damage boy, and then it's heavy, and then 2 damage boys. Good to know. I'm gonna greed. I think I should be able to get away with this. If I die, I die. I think the restores... Actually, no. I want to hit you. If I can get you below 40, that's good. I'm just going to accept this 5, and we're going to hope to hit Ice Tornado for this wave. Getting her below 40 is important so that if we Ice Tornado, I won't like completely whiff. However, Ice Tornado bottom 2 cards. Ah, look at that, one time. Now, do I have to just play this on Chains? Because of the foot soldier? Nah. Fine. Thank you, Ice Tornado. Very cool. 7 damage, now we just have to survive Chains. Ah, I see. So it's 10 damage per round. Unfortunately, I have no way to kill the foot soldier. I might just get killed here. Oh no. I think I'll take this weight of contrition. You're at 23. Getting you above every interval of 5 is important. So I guess actually doing it just like this is fine, and then we'll play weight of contrition because another 3. Actually, this Steel Enhancer here is worth a lot, right? This will be worth like 10, 20. 25. So you'll get like 4 rounds of 3. Right? Plus you get an extra round of hits in. I think this is going to be worth roughly 15 attack. I think this should take us up to like 89. Oh, 97. Yeah, it's definitely worth the 3 damage. Cool. If we hit Ice Tornado, I think we will walk away from this, you know, happy enough. That's fine. We take a 15 from Chains. It was, you know, always possible. I think that combat is not a 50-50. I think that one always spawns with a foot soldier beside Chains, but, you know, tough anyway. Take the sap. Fine. We took 25 on this combat. Kinda gross. Flash Freeze is cool, however, not that cool. Or people say they always pick Offering Token, and I was like that as well, but I've recently been more of a, I don't think there's any reason to take Offering Token here sort of person. Because, like, yeah, it's just, it doesn't feel that good to me. Maybe, like, if you have an incant, I guess this is a good pickup, but losing the card draw is usually not worth it, I don't think. Because you're choosing one card that you're not going to play, and usually it's fine, but sometimes it's, like, occasionally it's not fine, and it really doesn't do a whole lot for you, is my reasoning, my final locked-in reasoning. I think I'm going to pick Flash Freeze. What was this run missing that would have saved me a bunch of damage here? Oh, the ability to target damage onto a single enemy, of course. Now, do I have to commit to Awoken Hollow here? There's 2, we're seeing so many Awoken banners. I'm almost certain I'll get a better option than this. AKA Thorned Hollow. The other option. It is Chaste, so Awoken Hollow is slightly better, but, you know. I guess taking 25 damage for 10 gold doesn't feel that good. But I was kind of hoping to see Titan Sentry there, of course. Endless plus 25 plus 10. Yeah, imagine if we saw Titan Sentry there. Alright, I think I have to take Animus of Speed here. And that's okay. Go for a plus 25 and then look for a multi-strike. Although, I can maybe get away with just steel enhancing her. It's like, it's fine, but it's also not fine. I feel like this is just a safer choice. You know. 1 in 3 that not doing that loses me the game. Yeah, this is the 1 in 3 right here. And I can take the Spikes Trial. You can make a case for not taking that plus 25, because in 2 of 3 cases it is absolutely worthless, but, you know, in 1 of 3 cases, which we are currently living in, it's kind of important. I'm gonna keep doing middle floor setups. Let's me put the Custodian down here. I guess I should have given the Custodian a little more. I should have given him the plus 10. Yeah, that would have been good. I'll put 2 Train Stewards down. It's better than Steel Enhancer, I think. We should catch this guy with the 2 Train Stewards. I can just Frozen Lance him or something like that. Ah, yes. We can kill both of you. And we do actually need to target down Trusted Priests because they have spikes. An important thing to keep in mind. Spikes bad for Pyre. We're hoping to see a spike. There's a decent chance that this health pack is worthless and I was better off taking 25 gold from the first shop. However, this is unfortunate. I can't do anything. I'm just gonna take a bunch of damage here. I'm not dead, am I? 3, I'm taking 9. Ugh, god. That's tough. The spikes has done it to me. Also, this guy took less damage. Why did he take less damage? Oh no, the last one took the same amount of damage. He needed a Frozen Lance. Both Ice Tornadoes in the bottom of the deck, by the way. I don't wanna, I don't wanna be the one pointing out obvious problems within my deck's architecture here. However, come on, dude. How you gonna do me like that? I feel like Awoken has the weakest starts in the game by a large margin. Like, it always feels so bad. I don't think I've ever had an Awoken start where I went, oh yeah, we're really strong in these first 2 combats. Because it's always so weak. It feels so bad. I should probably take Glimmer in case of Chaste not... I should be fine. Should be fine. Take another Flash Freeze? I mean, sure, we could just play Frostbite here. Flash Freeze, Hoarfrost Effigy, you know the deal. Or Crystallis, and then we can go into a spell weakness plan if we see Siliphyte. The problem is, you know, Awoken Banner, Stygian Banner in a weird position. You don't love to see it. I'd prefer to have seen some Stygian Banners here, but oh well. I guess I'll take Flash Freeze number 2. Feels okay. Maybe I need to go to the Pyre Health. I really want... Multi-Strike is one of the things that I really want. And then I want this banner to have Thorned Hollow. Okay. Animus of Will. We could pivot to Animus of Will. What was it? It was Multi-Strike and then like plus 25 and plus 10, I think. Could go for the Animus of Will. She's better than Animus of Speed. However, the Multi-Strike becomes worthless. I guess I could just have both of them. Normally I would make one strong Animus and then dupe her, but I could just have both of these Animus. But like Thorned Hollow. No, I gotta go Thorned Hollow. I don't get to choose both. It is plus 10 here. Multi-Strike for you takes you up to 50 damage. The one thing that we're missing from this deck, the thing that would make me feel really confident, is a Razor Sharp Edge. Feels really important when you get stuck with Animus of Speed to have that card, and we will not be seeing it because we didn't see it yet. So, you know, feeling not the most confident here. I have a plus 10 on in. And we can removal a Train Steward. We're approaching the position where I would say we're relatively strong. I was just thinking, in the back of my mind, I was like, I hope it's not the Cave of a Thousand Eyes event. I think I'm just gonna leave. Like, I can give them, what, 3 chances at it? I can get 4 chances at it, but I'm going to 1 health. Alright, it was super worth it. As, you know, 6 health versus 1 health, like if anything goes past us in Daedalus, we're probably dying anyway. Roll the dice for it. 75 gold for an Icicle Fracture is a really clean deal. Like, that's a great deal. Really, really strong relic. I've definitely cooled off on it. There was a period of time where I thought this was the best relic in the game. I don't think that anymore, but I think it's pretty strong. Do a classic old little one of these. And our Animus just, like, look at, we're very strong. Nothing goes past us here. Except for maybe double heavies, but even they should struggle. Odin goes here. Now I can throw her. I guess we have Steel Enhancer, which is like a budget version of that card I was looking for, Razor Sharp Edge. You can make a case for this, since I had Steel Enhancer, I shouldn't have taken the plus 25. However, if you make that case, you have to remember that I would have just died to High Priest, so keep that in mind while making that case. Times 2, go kill here. I think we just want to Flash Freeze this Forged Disciple to make sure I don't take any damage from her. I could also put on Daedalus, but I think that will be fine against Daedalus. We have a lot of good Daedalus killing plans here. Thorned Hollow top 4, our Sentient 4 is pretty strong against him as well. I mean, our Quick Animus gets, what, 4 rounds against him, I believe? So she'll do, on her own, 200. Which is a pretty good number of damages, if you ask me. Probably pop this Restoration Detonation soon. Probably should just do it now. I'm gonna need to play it on my Awoken eventually. I don't necessarily... This is maybe something that I am falling into as a trap. I don't necessarily need to regen top 4 boy though. Because he's just going to... Like, in theory, if I put everything here... Then again, I should put Wildwood Sap here if I was going to do that. So I guess I should commit up here. Keep the Sentient alive, but commit my healing to the top 4 feels fine. So the big thing about Icicle Fracture you'll notice is that it takes bad cards out of the deck. I don't ever have to play these Frozen Lances again. If I don't want to. So as far as we're concerned, they are removed from the deck. I think she'll just kill Daedalus on her own. She falls off. Like, giving her a plus 16 instead of a plus 6 is a lot stronger, obviously. Close to killing Daedalus on her own. That'll do it. Look at her. She's like, this Animus is very strong against Daedalus with a plus 25 and a multi-strike. What I'll need to do is I'll need to duplicate her, and I'll need to duplicate some saps, remove some bad stuff, and we can see an okay position forming here. Adaptive Mutation is not worth it. It's only going to give her 3 attack. Could use this on use this on the Sentient though. Think about it. Revenge Sentient plus Adaptive Mutation. Like there's a combo I'd like to see as a carry one time. Go all in on Revenge Sentient and then just take like an Awoken Hollow. Put the Awoken Hollow down in front and then just Revenge Sentient a 203 attack. That'd be pretty fun. I think I'll take Gifts for a Guard here. Classic card, very good. Clears out a bunch of trash from the deck over the course of a combat. And what you'll notice, and what I'm starting to recognize, is that because these combats are so short, you usually would not see the cards you're drawing off of Gifts for a Guard a second time anyway. Ah, the shark. The age-old question. Hot shark. Yes or no? Take a moment to drink my water while I give that a thought. Oh, I don't know. It's like, it's okay. I don't think I need him though. The Sentient does what he does, and the main thing to keep in mind here, I harp on it a lot, but draw priority, right? Is it important for me to play this shark? No, because my Sentient will be doing what he's doing anyway. So he's going to potentially be taking up a draw where I need to be landing Animus to set up against heavies, right? So here's the theoretical, right? We've seen it recently as last episode, where oops, I just did not draw my important units on the first turn. Instead, I drew the supporting units, right? And I got overwhelmed. Now, how could that happen? Pretty simply, right? Just turn 1, draw Sentient Shark. Turn 2, draw Thorned Hollow. Turn 3, die because a max health heavy walks past me. And then turn 4, draw my Animus. I guess turn 3 I would draw my Animus, but you know, it'd be too late because he'd be on the 3rd floor. I think that this sentry's not worth it. I don't necessarily think we need draw. We have a lot of good things here that don't make me need draw. Icicle Fracture and the Custodian. I can't think of his name. Because they all have different names, right? It's like, unlike in Stygian where you can just call everything the type of totem it is, it's like, what's this guy's name? Outwood Custodian? Draw Man? Like he's a little ghost. I guess Draw Ghost, Cost Reduction Ghost, and is the other one Spikes Ghost? Yeah, those are the 3. We're going right path for sure here. Train Stewards are more important to remove because we don't have space for them right now, I would argue. And Pyre Health is nice. So the thing about taking Animus here is that I do not have guarantees of playing her with the boy on the top floor. We just move into a separate floor. Together they are strong. We do need to commit all the way on spikes, I think, so that we don't run out of spikes against Chaste. That's the one, like the one argument you can make for Hot Shark there is that he would help me against Chaste. She has 60 health, right? And we've done the math on this, it comes out to be not a ton of extra damage. Plus I have flash freezes. I think this is fine. We don't have a ton of healing built into the deck right now, so this is a run that's going to basically be Awoken solo carrying. That's what we're looking at right now. That's unfortunate that that happened. Losing space top 4 is the worst, bottom 4 is the best, middle 4 is whatever, basically. Okay, I can feel. Maybe I shouldn't have played you up here. In theory, it shouldn't matter if the Animus is with him or not. Maybe another +3. Maybe I should have played him middle 4. I feel like giving him more time though is nice. And in most cases, this is not one of them, but in most cases my Animus should clean up. My Sentient's getting overwhelmed. You can see it happening right now. Not enough healing to keep her alive. He is dead. Is that bad? Nah, I don't think so. I got an Ice Tornado if I don't want to eat an 11 to the dome. This is what I was thinking here with playing him top floor and her middle floor. She'll kill anyway. I think my sentient dying is okay. I mean, I can't stop it. Can I? 10, 11, 12? Nah, she's always dead. If I flash freeze you, it's worth 11, so that's not enough. I'll be taking some damage. I have to Ice Tornado you if I don't want to take the damage, and that's okay. I think. Now the question is, do I restore or do I Steel Enhancer? And the answer is restore. Steel Enhancer bottom floor is a cool idea and all, but no. Live or die. You've done your job. I want to play... Okay, this is a pretty straightforward one right here. I want to... I might just die to the boss as I start to look at it here. I think we should have enough for the boss, but maybe I'm wrong. My greed might be the end of this run. Might be. Anyway, we restoration detonation you. Just see, I got a little scared there for a second because I saw it not shift the number there, and I was like, uh-oh. I miscalculate. 2 restores. I believe that this is going to draw these 2 restores plus 1 other card. What we're gonna do is we're just gonna play a flash freeze on this floor. You'll still die. You'll still die, but you'll live now. And then we freeze flat with Gifts for a guard. If we get Titan Squad, it's kind of nutty too. Although not super nutty. It's just kind of nice. Basically we Gifts for a guard and hope to hit Ice Tornado. That's not what I was hoping to hit. Although those are big heals. 22. If I put one of these here, you can potentially land. Yeah, so one restore goes here. If I land Ice Tornado or both Flash Freezes, you'll get in like 3 rounds of hits. You'll do 150. It's pretty worth, I would say. And then might as well give you the +3/+3. Imagine if Gifts for a Guard worked with things like Steel Enhancer, right? That'd be nice. The regen stacking up here. I think we're fine. It's a shaky one, but you know, because like the combat doesn't go perfectly, but as long as the combat like goes, you're fine. Essentially, is how I feel about it. The only bad Ice Tornado there was if all 3 hit the Thought Binder. As long as we survive the combat, it's fine. Do we survive the combat? Drumroll, please. Yeah, cool. Thanks to this boy too. Wildwood Chandler was putting in work back there. And we survived the combat without taking any damage. You can, I feel like on floor 4, this is probably the easiest floor in the game. You can typically take whatever trial they throw at you unless you're exceptionally weak. Reserved Thorns, Invigorating Solution. I actually prefer Reserved Thorns over Invigorating Solution at this point. I think that I've come to find that the 3 stings are usually fine. But Engraft is probably what we want to pick here. It's only 2 spikes. Not that good. Maybe I don't want this. Maybe I just pick Preserve Thorns. Maybe I pick nothing here. But we do kind of want more draw cards to get through the deck the first time. I'm gonna pick Thorns. Fine. Drain wins games, but not so much against Chaste. And then Ice Storm, no spell weakness. Glacial Seal, no way. Alright. Feel okay right now about this all. Feel like you know, just I guess we'll look for... So what we can find as a strong enough win condition is probably double stack onto Wildwood Sap. Oh, Winged Steel. Oh, baby. That's beautiful. This is one of the best relics in the game. Holdover. Could Holdover -1 Gifts for a Guard and just like burn every single spell in this deck. That's an interesting play. I think I am going to throw it a -1. I feel like the better way to go about this is going to be a +10 and holdover to Restoration Detonation. This kills heavies in the best case, and in the worst case it just makes sure our Sentient never dies, which is worth. of Train Steward. I'm not going to roll this shop because there's nothing I really want. Removing a Train Steward makes me feel a little more confident in this trial, whatever it is. Yeah, Spikes. Oh, Spikes and Master of Light. Is this enough for me to be worried? I don't think so. I think we can slam this trial. It's gonna be what you're gonna take. You can do the old classic, right? Estimate the amount of damage that our Animus takes here. The answer is not much. Like what? I think there's 2 of these masters, so they'll do 8, and then they're going to hit 4 rounds of 6, which is 24. They will die. However, we do have it's 8 also, so it's 4 rounds. So they die from the spikes, but you know, we have cards in this. As Awoken, we have access to. There's this effect in the game called healing that we're able to do. It's kind of cool, kind of niche. Just gonna do 12 to herself. I would stop just going down on the Sentient is fine, but I'll just guarantee his death. Oh yeah, we have Wing Steel also. Interesting. I'm probably gonna make a video soon about draw priority. I talk about it so much, and people are like, "Hey, what the hell do you mean by draw priority?" I don't know if I'm like I wouldn't consider myself an expert in draw priority, let's say. However, I feel like I know enough about it to give you a reasonable answer to the question of what the heck is draw priority. I was just checking to see if I missed my restoration detonation. I did not. The spikes kind of helps me here. I'll give you a very baseline introduction to what draw priority is if you don't understand and you've been hearing me talk about it a lot. You probably understand though. Basically, units that are drafted from a unit draft have priority and are manipulated to be drawn before other units. Or like before other cards. Basically, you're guaranteed, no matter how the deck is shuffled, you're guaranteed to draw at least one of your units that you drafted every turn until you've drawn them all the first time through the deck. That's the basics of it. You're also obviously guaranteed to hit your Sentient or your whatever champion first turn. 3, 6, 7. We can do this. Nice. I want this to go here. What am I doing on this turn? 2, 3, 4. We have 10 cards in hand. I'm gonna play Restoration Detonation onto our Sentient first. And then we're gonna... I guess we're gonna fly... Like, it doesn't matter a ton how I play this out. Oh my god, I'm drawing too many cards, help me. This might just be a run to go to 5 energy. Too many cards. This is fine. Drawing too many cards and the freezing, like I'm actually just getting overwhelmed by cards right now. Crazy. This will restore you to full health. Heal Enhancer. I can't keep up. The Icicle Fracture is causing me problems. Self-Made Harpy does a lot of small attacks. Now, is there anything in this game that counters taking any unit that wants to take a lot of damage in small doses? Not that I can think of. Things will get chewed up by Gifts for a Guard. I think longer combats is where this run really shines. Like in these shorter combats, you can see where even just one time through the deck was being pretty strong. In a longer combat where I get to really like churn through the deck with Gifts for a Guard like I'm doing right now, we're gonna really see some crazy results, I imagine. And we churn through this deck so fast. I think this is actually a 5 energy run. Space is cool. Ooh, Pyrestone Housing is really nice too. Giving these Animus +1 is really cool. Oh, quick for the Animus. So Restoring Retreat's interesting. It's bad, unfortunately, but it's interesting, right? Because we would prefer to be able to put Sentient Animus middle floor, Thorned Hollow Animus top floor. Restoring Retreat doesn't help with that. I'm maybe gonna pick Focus Growth, but that's too much. Like, that's actually just too much. I can't handle that. Frenzied Swarm is actually really nice if my hand gets full of garbage from Icicle Fracture. I could just use this to purge it all. However, dazing enemies is bad when our entire plan is spikes. I think I'm gonna skip. Although actually Crystalline Seeds is fine. It's a 0 cost increment towards Wing Steel that does something, at least. Nah, I'm not gonna take it. We want to thin this deck out to basically This is a deck that is sitting here wide open, waiting for Spreading Spores. If I get Spreading Spores, this run is over. Chaste won't stand a chance. I know what you're thinking. Oh, but what about the first of all, I'm gonna get rid of these Ice Tornadoes. They're too expensive. They're worse than Frozen Lands. It's fine if I draw it off Gifts for a Guard, but that hasn't happened yet. Large Stone. I can large one of these and put it, so that's the one that goes behind my Sentient. The inflexibility is kind of awkward, right? If I draw one before the other. But it should be fine. Like, this is really strong. Making her do 80 damage is really good. Although I'm only taking it for the plus 15, and plus 10 is only... It's 80 versus 70? Huh. Maybe I should hold out. It's... Okay, so... This is worth 30, this is worth 20, and multi-strike's really only worth 25? That doesn't seem right, right? No, it is right, because multi-strike only adds one of her base attack, whereas you get 2 times 15. Okay, so how important is this 5 damage to me? How important is it to be doing that? Okay, so let's look at it like this, right? If you're doing 15, you're doing 80, the floor will be doing 120 to a heavy from adding in the Sentience 40, and then you're going to be doing 70. So without any assistance, if I large stone this Animus and plus 10 the other one, I will be doing exactly enough to kill a 190 health heavy. How good is that? I mean, that's pretty good. However, with Restoration Detonation, we should be killing 190 health heavies anyway. And it doesn't really answer double heavies. And the other thing to keep in mind about this is that with this becoming a 3-space, I have to set up on the 5-space floors. I cannot utilize one of the 4-space floors. I'm basically just at the mercy of the game. But I think that's okay. Because what I can also do is I can just dupe this and throw her on the 4-space floor with Wildwood Custodian. Yeah, okay. Yeah. That seems good to me. And then I'm going to throw Wildwood Custodian, a plus 5, plus 10. My man's earned it. I'm going to roll this one for a plus 25 as well. Multi-strike is no big deal. No big loss there. Alright, that was a good shot. We're very strong. You may notice I didn't look at this spell, and the reason I didn't look at this spell ahead of time is because it didn't matter which one it is. There's no special preparation I need to do for any of them. The special preparation that I would do for Fel has already been done. If it's Rage Fel, you take more health on your backliners, but I've already done that. If it's Curse Fel, you take energy, but I was already doing that. Right, so this is the situation I was talking about, though, where it's kind of awkward when I have inflexibility here. It's still fine. It's just kind of awkward because you have to go top 4. There's no choice. And Thorns. We drew Restoration Detonation turn 1, which is nutty. Okay. Wildwood Sap I think we can just hold on to. I do want to hold over Restoration Detonation though. So we're fine. Did she just say like 3 things there? Feel our wrath, the Wildwood lives. Sentient, you alright, lady? You having a good one over there? Oh yeah, also these guys all die to spikes, so what am I even worried about? This is the draw priority in action though, right? I'm only drawing one of my units per turn right now. As you can see, I have not hit my other Animus. Now sometimes you will draw 2 in a turn. However, you can tell which one was the one you drew with draw priority because it'll be at the top of your draw. Even ahead of the holdover unit, it's more important than that. Which is interesting. Like, there's a lot of interesting stuff here. We're gonna trigger our Wing Steel with Restore in case we hit Animus. We do not. That would sap him. Okay, we're gonna clean this combat up. Like, this isn't gonna be close. We're gonna just rip them apart here. Yeah, this is the only wave that even has a chance, and like this Clip Reflector is the only unit in this fight who has even a small chance of getting past me here. I can actually just like kill her here, right? No, not quite. Oh, because you attack. That's right, because the Animus goes first because of Quick, a mechanic that I often forget. However, acceptable. So the one thing you'll notice is that our Thorn Hollow spikes are not getting particularly high. This is okay. We will answer this without much fear, I imagine. We're one good pickup away from it, essentially. I'm sorry, my Wildwood Custodian, but there is no space for you on this run. Goodbye, my friend. 3, 6, So this will take me up to 8 cards in hand, which is fine off of the Winged Steel. I'll just... we'll use spells like this when we draw them to pick off heavies that are... Like when I draw a spell like that off of Winged Steel, I'll just use it to pick a heavy. And we'll heal you with Restoration Detonation. This is going to be a 0-hit fell. So this is there's one thing to note about this run, because it looks clean. However, this is a run that if you don't take special precautions, you will fall off as soon as you see your first 190. The 190s will start to tear you apart if you're not watching it. Which is important to keep in mind. Can I get this guy below 46? I've just been casting things on him. 12. I can actually with double Frozen Lance here. Gets me an extra 46 into the back line, which guarantees his death. I didn't do the numbers on if he was going to die or not. He probably dies anyway. So all we really need now is we need to give our top floor boy enough regen to handle Seraph. Everything else is settled. We handle most of our problems with ease. It's just enough, we need to do enough to kill Seraph now. That's all. You can do that by clearing out Frozen Lances, so we're just playing 5 restores per turn. You can do that any number of ways, essentially. There's a lot of options for that. I'm gonna not play Restoration Detonation this round. You know, I may as well. Just for a guard, can I actually hit Restoration Detonation? 3, 6, I need to play one of these cards. Nah, just draw 2, it's fine. You can see the deck, and this isn't even a super long combat, and you can see we're starting to thin out here quite a bit, right? We're drawing almost everything every turn. The freezes are getting to be problematic. I just can't draw. I can't play all of this and full. It's okay though. Like we're still really strong. Just need to stack spikes more than anything else here. Gifts for a Guard is now going to begin to become harmful to the plan, because I'm going to start running out of restores. I need to keep myself at around 4 healing cards per turn if I can. The other thing about Gifts for a Guard is it can't draw frozen cards, so when these Frozen Lances get frozen, I can't like do anything about that, essentially. I need to play these, I guess. Just try and get down to 7 cards, 6 cards, whatever. 792 into fell here. And then, you know, I may as well just restore again, right? This is Icicle Fracture's biggest weakness right here, is when you start to just like, oh, I can't play all of the cards I'm drawing every turn. It's concerning, but it should be fine. I think that it's a little worse because we have Winged Steel. But, you know, clear out these Frozen Lances and replace these frozen cards with actual good frozen cards, and we're happy as well. No Spreading Spores. Unleash the Wildwood is fine. Shard Channeler is cool as well. So here's an interesting thought as well. You can take Shard Channeler and then you can put him on the floor with the Sentient and the Animus, and that doubles her spikes damage up to 80, which means that most of the heavies will be dying anyway. However, Unleash the Wildwood. No, we already have an answer for Unleash the Wildwood. The downside of this is I'm required to take space now. However, I think it's worth it. I think we've done enough precautions here, we should be strong enough. I also don't believe Shard Channeler has draw priority, for what that's worth. I don't think I'm going to duplicate. Duplicating the Animus seems like a little bit of a mess. Maybe I'll duplicate her here, we'll see what we're looking at. Vortex out. At this point we want to get rid of Frozen Lances. And then check the Magic Merchant for double stack. No double stack. Permafrost is worthless. We want to start reducing card costs to 0 as much as we can. And we'll consume a Frozen Lance. This is fine. We're not nuts right now. We're just alright. Blood for Blood is worthless. I think I'll just take a plus 25. Petrified Heart loses us the game. Plus 25 into Thorned Hollow is cool, but, you know, you could also make this lady a 93 health monster, 4 upgrades. What a legend. Like, what an animal. Holy shit. I'm gonna throw it on Thorned Hollow though. It's better. 3 health for that is fine. You can pay 3 health or 25 gold, same thing. Although 25 gold requires me to find the Heartstone in the next shop, so not exactly easy. Anything left here? Oh, okay. I think that we're not going to kill Seraph unless we find a strong regen option. Spikes 5 is no big deal. Should be no big deal. Maybe it's a big deal. I want money though. I feel like this is a sort of, like, I'm going to need to make a big play on our next shop. How important is Shard Channeler? I think Shard Channeler is less important than killing this Purifier every turn is. And we can also, when this happens, right, where I feel I need to set up on this floor, which is this is the only situation, I can just move him to the 2nd or 3rd floor with Thorned Hollow and the other Animus that we're drawing into. They're going top floor. Tap here, and I think we'll just Steel Enhancer. I don't care which one of these gets frozen. Yeah, if that gets frozen, we'll just play it when I need to, or when I have the time to. Okay. And then the other Animus goes here. Right. This is the combat of double heavies, and this is always a really hard combat. I maybe should have kept that in mind before just charging headlong into it. However, I want money. So our plan is going to be killing these heavies through spikes, which means I need to prioritize healing this guy over everything else. Imagine if we had the Stings Pierce upgrade. That would be nice. Just Frozen Lancing to death. This is 7 rounds of the exact same wave over and over again. And I might just get ripped up by these big boys. Yeah, as it sits, it doesn't look great, at least. 3, 6, 9. Play 1 card and then Gifts for a Guard. I'll overdraw by 1. Oh yeah, that's really bad. Okay, this was my answer, I forgot about it. This was my answer to this, and I forgot. And now I'm going to pay the iron price for that. Losing that card is really bad. And you may go, oh, this is a great case against Gifts for a Guard. However, it is not. Because that's not Gifts for a Guard's fault, that's my fault. I didn't think that went through too well. It should be okay. Is it okay? I don't know if it's okay. 123. I mean, we're getting there. However, I'm going to need to be able to consistently deal an extra 35 to these Steel Wings, which is not impossible, to be fair. Through our spells. I'm gonna run out with Gifts for a Guard, huh? I'm gonna run out of gas. It's an interesting conundrum, isn't it? 139. I can catch him. We're getting close. This would be so free if I thought about the Restoration Detonation. It just slipped my mind. It hasn't been that pivotal in a while. Like, it hasn't been needed in a while, so I just kind of forgot about it. Alright. I think this is almost last wave. We're not gonna die at this point. We're just gonna do our best to take as little as possible, which I think we can do. We've actually thinned it out enough that I think we can consistently finish off these Steel Wings now. Oh, I have to throw her a heal. Yeah, a bit of an oversight, but it looks like we're going to make it. Yeah, I'll need to throw you a heal real quick. You gotta be above 10. It's fine. The stings have actually become pretty pivotal, if you can believe that. What's in here? 2 restores, 2 stings, 3 stings, 2 restores. I don't want to burn my restores right now. In fact, I don't want to burn my restores at all. It's the Wing General, right? Yeah, this guy. Fucking thick boy. Trample Lord. More or less fine. Instinct Frozen Lance. Now this is the time for Gifts for a Guard right here. Ah, she's killing herself again. I gotta stop that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. I want to play one card first. I want to play Steel Enhancer here. And then I want to play Gifts for a Guard. Nice. This is good. You're taking 72? Hang on. Oh, she goes first. Ah. Alright, I needed to double restore her. I fucked up. Yeah, okay. I was thinking we would just burn all those stings and then Thorned Hollow would kill Gilded Wing for me. Not the case. I think it's fine. I often forget about this interaction. But you can see we're now down to 10 cards in the deck. I think we basically are just going to... Yeah. So a slightly different way to play this was Frozen Lance, Flash, Gifts for a Guard here. But this is also passable, I suppose. This is the part where Gifts for a Guard lets you cheat out extra rounds, essentially, if you draw into it. Alright, you get to do this, and then I just can play those 3 spells a second time. You can use it as like a final round move as well. This combat was a lot closer than it should have been, don't get me wrong. I made a major mistake forgetting about Restoration Detonation being my double heavy answer. However, it was okay. Bramble Ash is not great because of Seraph. However, what is kind of great here is Restoring Retreat and then just dropping both of the large stone heavies behind my Sentient. How good is that? Is that good enough? It's not good enough, but like with a little assistance, because we took this money for a reason. We took this money to hopefully be able to do something crazy with the magic shop we're going to here. Or find a really strong trinket that wins us the game. Okay. Hellvent. So, there's a lot of options here. First of all, let's open up Magic Merchant. Double stack. Okay. You know... I hate to do it. I hate to turn Restore into Budget Awake. But, oh man, I think this is what we have to do. So here's our game plan, and this is the game plan. It requires a lot of finessing, if you will. But with a little finessing, what we can do is we can double stack this Restore. I guess we double stack this one because it's already -1. I was thinking about giving a double stack +10, but the +10 doesn't matter. So what our plan here is, it's very straightforward. In a long-term combat against Seraph the Chaste, I'm going to double stack this Restore, duplicate it, and then using Gifts for a Guard, thin the deck down to its base components of 5 cards or so, and those 5 cards are going to be these 5 Restores. Yeah, and then we're just gonna power out regen like crazy in the last 3 rounds. It is always sad when you have to do this. This is never a good feeling. Having to pin your regen hopes on fucking Restore. Like, this is the mechanic that makes me go, God, just give me more regen, please. I don't think I want this +10, I want to save my money. Oh, we gotta remove Consume as well. Excellent. Alright, we got a plan. We have a plan. It's a lot of making smart use of Gifts for a Guard now. That's all we have to do. We have to utilize our brain. Now, there was something over here. Since I got this, I can duplicate the Wildwood Staff now instead as well. So I didn't have to. I could have, I guess I could have double stacked it, but it at 2 cost is a little expensive. A little expensive. I'm okay with how we played this. Fiery's Cloak is interesting, but it's not that great. Refracting Lenses should do not much for us. Iron Drop Cage I'm not a big fan of here. We can instead afford to do a 120 and a 180. We can pay remove 2 here. What 2 are we removing? That's a good question. Probably Restoring Retreat and Frozen Lance. Or just these Flash Freezes. I'll burn out 1 Frozen Lance for sure, and then... I guess Flash Freeze isn't great. Restoring Retreat's also... Like, the Restoring Retreat was a pickup in case the shop didn't go well. The shop went well. I think we can get rid of Flash Freeze though. Like these spells, the spells I'm removing shouldn't matter because they should get cleared out by gifts for a guard anyway. So this is a combat that requires me to give a lot of finesse. I have a lot of, I have a lot to do here. There's a lot of making sure I don't fuck it up to do. And a bit of it is going to be taking leaps of faith. Middle 4 loses space. That's fine. Okay. Thorned Hollow, Small Animus, Custodian top floor, Sentient Animus, Shard Channeler bottom floor, I believe. Although Shard Channeler is going to fall off with the Sentient like crazy, so we'll actually reverse that plan. That we're drawing into. I forever will be a strong advocate against Seraph just dropping a 15 health unit on the top floor like that. I hope that they change that. It feels really bad. You hate to see it. Alright, so things that we need to make sure we don't do. Don't just burn my restoring, not my restoring, don't burn restoration detonation. Okay. And here, let's see what we're drawing into. The stings where I place them, they don't matter. I guess placing them here is a little bit better. Now, with this Gifts for a Guard, I think that it's fine for me to not play it this round. This Custodian's just gonna feed no matter where I put him, huh? Yeah, he's just gonna int. He's just hard running it. Okay. As I start to look at it here, I'm like, oh, this guy's better off dead. I'm just gonna throw him away because he's gonna cost me energy, and I really want to maximize my energy. Unfortunately, these Pyrowings will not get their second round of energy drained down on me. I'm gonna start buffing up here because we're gonna be killing Seraph up here, and then I will just get rid of that. Okay. Gifts for a Guard is frozen. We wait with it now until we have the important cards in hand before we fire it off. Alright. Nice, that's a really good round. Like, that's a really good spot for him to drain. Very kind of you, Seraph. I think we just sap and call it good, right? Oh wait, she's dying. She's dying and I didn't hit my restoration detonation. 20, 35. So the only way to save her is just to slam Restoring Retreat, which feels fucking awful. I guess I can Flash Freeze to save her. Yeah, okay. Okay. Not so bad. We Flash Freeze this Light Wings. She lives, and then we can go slap a... I guess I should slap a regen down here. I guess it doesn't matter too much. I guess it's fine either way. Doesn't make a huge difference. This is going to be our first Gifts for a Guard turn. This is the first one. We hope it does well. And he chews up our regen, no big deal. Before I play anything else, I'll play the Sting. Play the Sting, and then before we play any of these cards, these three cards are very crucial to the run. Not deadweight, these three cards. So we Gifts for a Guard and hope we don't hit anything too bad. Restoring Retreat's a great hit. Getting this card out of here is good. Sting is a whatever hit. And Restore is an also whatever hit. I won't have to take any more Ember Drain, which is good as well. I'm gonna Restoring Retreat you back to 60. I don't want to be too greedy. There's definitely an amount of greed that's too far. This wave threatens me, but I'm not that afraid. Just restore you like crazy. Okay. We're getting there, right? I think I'm not gonna say we have it in the bag, but we have... everything's coming together, is how I should put it. I haven't gotten to play my Shard Channeler top 4 yet, but that's also fine. Let's get our draw in here. This is 100 damage, which is good enough. The top 4 is not going to scale up to be able to kill heavies, but we came into this combat with 140 pyre health, which is what you need when you're playing a Spikes build against Seraph the Chaste. When your Spikes 4, like, when this Spikes 4 has to clean up, they're going to be losing a lot of damage. We're going to be losing a lot of damage for double heavies, but that's okay, because even if each of these double heavies does 40 to me, I'm still alive. Which is what it's looking like is going to happen. Because it's 40. Yeah, oh my god, we're going to take so much damage. Oh, god. Ugh. Fuck you, Seraph the Chaste. God, I hate this fight. Alright. Enough whining. Let's play the game. The Seraph just makes me upset. That's all. Although, the other Seraphs would have been a mess too. I think Diligent would have been the easiest. In a deck that really just wants to burn through all of its cards and thin itself out like crazy, Diligent would be a pretty clean fight. Diligent actively helps me. Single heavies going up aren't that big of a deal, so basically we shouldn't take any more damage because no more double heavies should walk by. I did fuck up and not Gifts for a Guard, but I'm not sure I even want to. I need to be... okay, I need to be... okay. I see what we're doing. We're going to A, play the Sting, B, play this... yes. Play the Sting again. Okay. I want to unfreeze these cards that we don't want. We want to lose these cards. I want to unfreeze these. And I want to freeze any of these 3 cards. So what I'll do is I will minimize my Sentience damage and intake, and we'll see what freezes. That is the worst one to freeze, but that's okay. We're to a point where we're drawing roughly half the deck every turn, which is good. It's a run that's strong. Like this is the interesting balancing part of this game, where despite this run being strong, this run is strong throughout the entire run. However, it's bad against this Seraph, but since we're so strong, we have the Pyre health to be bad against this Seraph. I can afford to have a bad combat here and still be fine. Want to play cards that I do not want to play, if that makes sense here. Because I want to draw into Gifts for a Guard, and if I do draw into Gifts for a Guard there, I want to be able to, you know, play it without fear of losing an important card. Ah, the Flash Freeze freezes again. Like it's got frozen in the name, so they keep freezing it or something. This is final round right here, yeah. Alright, so we just start slamming Gifts for a Guard at this point. Whatever we hit, we hit. This is fine. I think we just keep stacking top 4. Sting it. I will Restoration Detonation one more time down here, just to clear out the floor and get some damage into Chaste. 80. Can I take you below 80? I could. For what that's worth. I think instead of doing anything like that, though, I mean, I guess we can sting it. It's fine. Okay. I mean, this is worth, I believe. Let me just sap restore you. Okay. We have 20 regen, which is, like, we have 20 regen, which is not enough, but we're going to be able to, in the next 2 turns, generate another, like, 20, I imagine. We're going to be able to generate enough regen to win the game, I think. We don't need we don't need a ton, because this Animus is contributing an extra 100 per round. She's doing great work. 3, 6, 9. Okay, this goes, that's 8, and then we play this. Good. Fine. Yes. Quite. Yeah. And this is what I was saying, right? The plan is just to power out like crazy in the last 3 rounds through Gifts for a Guard. I see a lot of people say you can't beat Chaste with Spikes builds, right? Chaste just hard counter Spikes build. This is a... oh yeah, that's right. Gifts for a Guard plus Eternal Stone. That's right. I forgot about this combo. If you have the remove consume, it actually removes consume from the Gifts for a Guard hit. I forgot about this. I should have been slamming Gifts for a Guard a little more aggressively. But you know, I see people say that you can't beat Seraph the Chaste with a Spikes build or like a regen focused build, which you can. You just have to do a little bit of, like, you have to offer an amount of planning, right? Because despite Seraph the Chaste being the one that removes debuffs, by the end of the combat we're at 63 regen on my man. What you have to do is you have to plan for this. The way that you plan for this is by... You figure out your answer to how do I apply enough regen in those last 3 rounds, right? Because in the last 3 rounds, he doesn't remove debuffs. The other thing you can do is you can split your units between 3 floors if you can afford to do that somehow, which he will then only have a 1 in 3 chance of lowering your regen. However, that's not a great thing to rely on because one bad hit loses you half your regen and you're just stuck, right? But In this run, it was using Gifts for a Guard to thin out non-healing cards and then just spamming regen. The most common answer to how are you doing it is just Spreading Spores. If you get Spreading Spores, you thin the deck out enough, you play 4 or 5 Spreading Spores a turn, all of a sudden you're applying 10 regen per turn. Even if that gets halved, you're fine. Now, of course, the important thing to also notice is that we took 90 damage on this combat, but, you know, you have to be prepared for that. We were very strong throughout the rest of the run, so we were able to take that 90 damage, like I said. Because Chaste does really hamper our ability to kill heavies. A lot of our heavy killing was... It's death by 1,000 cuts, right? It's the spikes on the bottom floor, it's the animus on the bottom floor, it's the spikes on the top floor, it's the animus on the top floor. Half of our plan to kill heavies gets cut down by Seraph. The Shard Channeler in particular was made worse. Probably so bad that I shouldn't have picked it. I should have just taken energy, but, you know. I think that, no, the Shard Channeler was important for 4-7, actually. I would have taken a ton of damage on 4-7, I think, without him. And there you have it. This is a pretty straightforward look at how you can handle Chaste with regen. Or just any, like, regen is the main one. I think the other status effects builds you do the same way, right? You just have to be able to apply so much of it in the last 3 rounds that Chaste can't survive. Frostbite's the same. You need to be able to apply so much Frostbite, but that one's a lot easier. And Sap, you usually are just applying so much Frostbite anyway. It doesn't matter. Or so much Sap, I mean. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, leave me a like. Subscribe if you want to see more. I will see you in the next one. Have a good one.